His mother got up angrily ready to confront Alia herself, but Jihan stopped her and said he would handle it. When Jihan entered the room, Alia sarcastically called him the groom, and told him to go ahead and put the wedding ring on her. She accused him of ruining Demir's love life and now, coming to destroy his brother's marriage too. Jihan asked if she was done yet. He told her he didn't want to marry her either. Alia said, well, that's perfect then. In that case everyone can go their own way and she'll leave with her son tomorrow. But Jihan refused to let Denise go with her. He insisted Denise would only be safe staying with him, and asked if she really wanted her son to end up like his father. This was clearly a no-win situation. Alia asked what she was supposed to do then. Jihan sighed and said she could go back to Canada. Alia said Denise was too young and that was cruel. How could anyone ask a mother to leave her child? But Jihan told her if she truly cared about Denise, then she should choose to leave. It was clear they would never agree on anything, so Jihan had no choice but to walk away, leaving Alia alone in the room overwhelmed and sad. There was no one around who could understand how she felt. She had to carry all those emotions by herself. The next morning her mother-in-law had already packed her things. It was clear now that her threat from yesterday hadn't been empty. This woman demanded a large refund from the hotel front desk, then stormed off to the place where she had just withdrawn the money, and threw the entire bundle of cash into the air, letting the nearby kids pick it up without hesitation. Even with nothing left to her name, Alia still refused any help from her in-laws, because they were the ones who took her son away. But without money Alia couldn't do anything. She had no choice but to seek help from her uncle Oscar, who worked as a senior bank officer. She hoped to get a loan from his bank to support her life. Although Oscar couldn't approve a loan for a foreigner, he could help transfer her savings from Canada to the local account. Knowing that Alia was unfamiliar with everything here, Oscar asked how she planned to fight her in-laws to get her son back, even though her mother-in-law had threatened her not to call the police, saying she would accuse her of deliberately shooting Jihan. Alia could no longer care about the threats. Only with the help of the police could she get her son back, so she asked Oscar to help her find a good lawyer. Meanwhile Jihan got a call from his men as he arrived home. They told him Izzat had been captured. Jihan ordered them to lock him up in a cave at the foot of the cliff. At that moment his mother arrived to inform him that Denise had been crying for his mom all day. Jihan said he should have expected that when he drove Alia away. Then his mother showed him a video filmed by one of the men. It showed Alia refusing to accept Jihan's help, and throwing the cash into the air. Watching that clip Jihan couldn't help but smile faintly. He said she was stubborn, but deep down he admired her strong will. His mother warned him not to help Alia again, saying she would return to Canada once she ran out of money. Jihan pleaded with her not to interfere and promised to handle things himself. That night Jihan went to deal with Izzat. He couldn't tolerate Izzat's betrayal of Alia, and decided to keep him locked up indefinitely as punishment. But Izzat suddenly remembered something important. Before his death Bara had handed him a USB drive, asking him to give it to Jihan if anything ever happened. Izzat offered the drive in exchange for his freedom. Jihan angrily warned him not to use his brother to trick him. Izzat swore he wasn't lying, because Bara had set a password that only Jihan would know. Soon Jihan got the USB in his hands. He entered the password he believed to be right and it worked. But what he didn't expect at all was that it contained a video recorded by his brother. It turned out Bara had anticipated he might be assassinated one day, and the only thing he truly cared about was his wife and child. So he asked Jihan to marry Alia after his death, believing that was the only way to ensure their safety. At that moment his mother and Kaya also entered Jihan's room, and heard Bara's final wish, asking Jihan to take Alia as his wife.